Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I painted this Tomorrow by Together or TXT's Good Boy Gone Bad inspired design. So without further ado, let's get started. First we're going to start with a layer of base coat. This is to protect your natural nails and I'm using a peel off base coat so that I can easily peel off the designs and save them. Then I'll be painting my index nail a light teal, my middle and pinky fingernails a light beige, my ring fingernail black, and my thumbnail a dark teal. So we're starting with the index fingernail and I'm using a small sponge to sponge on white polish, and then I'm using a medium-sized brush with acetone and blending that into the background to create kind of a watercolor look. So in the center I am using a dark teal color to draw a circle, and I started off pretty small but I did grow this circle to a much larger size eventually off camera, and I recommend you do that because we will be adding a lot of details as you can see here with the light beige, and you really want those details to be seen, and they'll also be a lot easier to paint if it's larger. I am basing this design off of one of the sets where there is a huge creepy eyeball that is behind them as they are dancing, and as you can see I am now using white polish to draw these lines radiating from the beige circle and just kind of connecting them and adding stringy pieces to represent the cobwebs. I'm also using light teal to add more color and dimension to those cobwebs, and I'm also using different shades of beige to color in that beige area. And here I'm just adding the finishing final details of the eye. I'll also be adding the structures around it as well. I apologize for not being more descriptive with my words, but I truly do not know eye anatomy enough to describe everything accurately, so I apologize for just kind of dancing around the topic with more verbose descriptions. Now onto the middle fingernail, I'm using black polish to mark out the design that I'm doing. So I'm just using a very thin brush here, so even if I do make a mistake, it's not too much to clean up, but luckily I was able to sketch it out really nicely, and this is based off of the album cover. Specifically, this is the digital album cover that you can find on streaming sites like Apple Music and Spotify. What I really liked about this particular version is that it was beige, and I just really liked the incorporation of beige into the designs and the concepts for this album, so I definitely wanted to use that in my nail art as well. And as you can see, I filled in the center with a bright cherry red and just completed the design. Now onto the ring fingernail, I'm using a light beige to draw this texture on my nail, and this is supposed to resemble a garbage bag. There's a lot of dumpster and garbage bag imagery, and just it shows up a lot in this music video, so I wanted to emulate that grunginess on the nail as well, but it was a bit difficult because the nail is 2D, and I just tried my best. But now I'm going to be using a bright poppy orange red to lay down the base of a red flower that is also kind of seen in the dumpster. And once I was done with that, I used a green polish for the leaves and the stem, and now I'll be adding more shading and just making this flower look more realistic with different shades of red, orange, and of course green for the leaves and the stem. I personally feel like after I added the flower, the design started to take form and make more sense, but I'm not sure. Now onto the pinky fingernail, which might be my favorite design of this set. I am using a kind of dusty purple to lay down the base of the bathroom tiles that are featured in one of Subin's sets, and I am just now doing the vertical lines to of course draw those squares, and I feel like I used the right brush for this design, so it turned out really well because of that. And now I'm filling in the individual squares with white, beige, and gray, and just making this tile work look really dirty, old, used, mucked up, and I had so much fun with it because it's not a concept that I do often, but when I get the chance to, it's so much fun to just use this new color combo and have fun with it. So yes, I really enjoyed the painting process for this nail. So at this point I was pretty satisfied, but it didn't look broken or grungy enough, so I did go in with different shades of brown to add a crack, and then I just added even smaller, thinner cracks. I feel like that just completed it. Now the thumbnail design is super simple. On top of the dark teal base, I'm using a silver metallic polish to write Good Boy, and this is just inspired by the license plate on Yeonjun's motorcycle. It's kind of hard to see, and I definitely fixed this design up a lot off camera, but once I was done with writing the letters, I then went around the nail with a border, and I also added some smaller details that were honestly pretty hard to see in the shot itself, so they're just very rough and vague on my design. Anyways, now we're basically done, and all you have to do is apply a generous layer of top coat. A funny story is that Good Boy Gone Bad actually came out during my finals week, and when I'm studying, I don't want to listen to such heavy, hard-hitting music, so I was actually kind of turned away from the song. But you know, after finals and having more time to relax and just doing whatever I want, this song has actually grown on me. So if you were kind of turned away by it, or you had some prejudices against the song, try to listen to it again with an open mind, and I promise you will actually like it. And that's it. I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone.